Welcome guys to a brand new video on Black Clover Mobile. Now in today's video, I think this video is extremely important because we know that Black Asta is actually coming very soon, and I know a lot of people are probably wondering whether or not they should summon for Asta. So I have two video ideas that I want to make, which is the first video right now is about why you want to be skipping on Black Asta. However, I will then release another video going over why you might want to summon for Asta, so Black Asta as well, so that people get two different views on why it's probably best to summon and why it's probably best not to summon for Asta, so that you guys are well informed and you can make the decision for yourself. Now I personally will say it's probably a skip, I would say. The reason why is because we don't have that one character that Asta not requires, but that character that essentially makes Asta even better. We don't have that unit in global, and essentially that would mean you need to summon for technically two banners in the future to then see the benefit of like Asta, I guess, like the full force of Asta, which in my opinion it just makes it really like I don't want to use Asta for that reason. So I will probably summon simply because I think Asta looks pretty cool. However, I would definitely say like it's probably best not to summon, especially with how we're moving closer to like the JP and KR schedule as well. So eventually we will catch up. There might be better characters by the time we catch up that you want to summon for, and how banners are coming out very fast. There might be other ones to summon for, but don't get me wrong, Asta is extremely strong, but I think there is a argument in regards to skipping Asta, and that's what we're going to be focused on today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Stay tuned for more content on Black Clover Mobile. If you guys don't want to miss out on future content on this game, make sure you are subscribed and make sure that post notification is on. So Asta over here, this is just rating, but you need to understand like this rating, I believe, is contingent on him having that best supporter that actually helps him out, and that best supporter is Witch Queen, and currently in global not available. Honestly, I would have been actually very happy if they released Queen of Witches first, so that's when she comes in the banner. For those people who want to skip on her, that's fine, but when Asta banner comes out, she potentially is already in the banner with Asta, so as an off banner character. So when you summon for Asta, you have a slight chance of also putting Witch Queen, which basically would mean that you don't really need to summon for two banners because you might get lucky with the Asta banner. Now obviously that's just based on luck and whatnot. You might not get Witch Queen if that actually happened, but what they decided to do was release Asta first before Witch Queen. Now in terms of when Asta is meant to come out, if you go over to here, I believe the release date, yeah, it's on the 12th of February, so that's actually pretty soon, guys. Definitely start saving if you want to summon, but in my opinion, I think the fact that you do need a second character to make him a lot better is also something you guys need to know. Now people are gonna say, no, you don't necessarily need Witch Queen. Listen, you want Asta to have anti-magic. I know a lot of people say you don't need the anti-magic to make Asta good. That is true, because you can get a lot of really good buffs if you don't have the anti-magic. Increase down defense, block HP recovery, taunting, I guess, because his defense is going to be high. Inflicting stun as well. It's actually all pretty good skills, but when you take a look at what he does when he has anti-magic, then it is a lot better. And also having a reliable character to help him go into that anti-magic state is 10 times better than risking it. So to get the anti-magic, you need to have your HP equal to or lower than 40%. Now you can risk it in a match and make sure that Asta gets damage, but at the same time, once a character goes below like 60%, the next hit could potentially just kill them. So especially when, actually no, if you stack him with defense, it's going to be a lot harder for them to one-shot him. But those are like risky moves, I guess, risky maneuvers. Instead, you could do, you can summon for Queen of Witches, and then use, I don't know, actually, is that where I can take a look at her stats? So her stats is here. I want to see the speed. So speed is 104. Essentially in PvP, if you want to utilize her with Black Asta, you want to use her, what's it called? You want to use her special skill, which is over here. This is AoE, inflicts bleed damage, don't really matter, grants 50% lifesteal to all allies as well. And what you're really focused on is this. Set the HP of one ally with the highest defense to 30% of max HP. So like I said, you definitely will be building Asta with probably like attack, and then also making sure he has really good defense as well, so that you can actually get this effect on himself. 104 for speed. If I go over to, I believe Julius at max dupe is like 107. Yeah, 107. So if you're going against like really strong team in PvP, let me take a look at Swimsuit Noelle. Where is she? Swimsuit Noelle, where are you at? Okay, I'm just gonna have to search her up. Noelle, sorry, I can't spell that right. Okay, there we go. What speed does she have? 106. Oh, 106, yeah. So I guess you need to like prioritize. You want to make sure Witch Queen goes first, so that so Asta's zone is 10. Okay, that's fine, it will happen. I'm guessing you have to have shield in your team as well, to protect your characters, or to definitely protect Witch Queen, because you don't want Witch Queen to die before she uses her special skill. But I guess you can also then use speed up characters like Voltus or Finral to go fast as well. So I guess that's fine. Yeah, but when you get the anti-magic, it becomes extremely amazing, especially this skill 2. This skill 2 becomes absolutely amazing. So taking a look at skill 1 first, sorry. If anti-magic is present on self, grant self a +8 increased special point. And then skill 2 is, well, this is also going to help you guys ult faster. Well, you're already going to have the special skill, but then you can use these skill 1s to just make sure you can, keep getting a lot of the special skill, or maybe even the combination attack with the stuns as well. Skill 2, if anti-magic is present on self, grants after a dispelling barrier from a designated enemy. Now, I don't know if this is only dispelling one barrier, but since this is an AoE attack, I think it's right for me to assume everyone gets the barrier removed, which is actually very, very strong, especially in PvP. Yeah, in PvP, a lot of the teams you go against will have some type of defensive barrier. So especially right now, we don't currently have like the really toxic character like season where is she at? The Charlotte is really toxic in this game. The season 6 Charlotte, so she becomes insanely like meta because of the shield she provides, fortified buffs as well. So basically Asta will definitely counter this team or this character, but she's currently not in game. So hey, another reason why you don't need Asta right now. I still think even if Asta gets released, the meta in PvP will not change. It's still going to be season 2 Noelle, Julius. It's still going to be speed up characters like Voltus or Finral. It's still going to be Raiders. Now, obviously, if Asta has the anti-magic, he will be able to remove the barrier from, that Noelle provides and the one Raiders provides, but he needs to have 40% HP. You're not going to be able to guarantee that consistently. So honestly, I don't think the meta in PvP will change if this character comes out initially. We need to wait for that special supportive character to help him out, and then you will see how beneficial he is. But even then, I don't think you necessarily want to get him, especially if you're free-to-play players. That means you need to go in not only to get one copy of Asta, you're going in to get dupes as well, because Asta scales extremely well with dupes. That dupe is extremely important. So if I go over to here, I believe this is the dupe one, right? Yeah, this is the dupe. So upon gaining anti-magic, inflicts taunt on all enemies for 1 turn. This is extremely strong because if you take a look, anti-magic also gives him, well, per 1,500 defense, grants a 15% increased damage dealt and immunity to status element, and so he's going to be able to tank, and then yeah, that's going to be pretty good. Yeah, so in terms of also scaling up with dupe, you also get increased attack stats, increased like other stats increasing as well. That is very, very important. Now you also might want to get a skill page. I say might, but you probably want to get a skill page as well. So if I scroll down, Power of Unknown. So for a skill 2, so this is it before. Now it grants all allies a total defense buff for 2 turns. Guys, its skill page is important as well, and once again, its skill page, as you keep increasing the duplicates for its skill page, it becomes even stronger as well. Now the basic passive is, if anti-magic is present on self, grants a 10 to 25% increased damage dealt to self per 1,500 defense. Now gotta say, this is a buff that would only benefit Asta. It's definitely only going to be useful for Asta because he's the only one that can apply anti-magic for now. Maybe in the future, spoiler technically in the manga, Asta, I think, can apply anti-magic to all of his allies. So maybe in the future when we get that type of Asta, this would be actually universal. Anyways, so yeah, you want a skill page as well. So if you're summoning for Asta, there's so many things you need to do to make him the strongest he can be, compared to having characters like Noel and Julius. Yes, with Julius you want a skill page, but one copy of a skill page will do you justice. Again, you want to get him to max dupe, but even if you don't have him max dupe, you can work your ways towards it, I guess. With Asta, it just like skill page, absolutely, like you want to get loads of dupes. I'm gonna say it's a must have, but you want a skill page, you want Asta, you then want to have Witch Queen. It's just too much in my opinion for a lot of players to do, especially when we just came back from like summoning for Julius in January. I don't think many people have resources to go balls deep on Asta banner, especially if you're free to play. And yes, if you summon for Asta, there is still other characters you might want to summon for, guys. There is Fauna. Where is she at? Where is Fauna? Well, okay, the season 5 banner, or season 4 technically in global, with Halloween characters. I believe they changed it to costume. That's what it's going to be called. But like Noel and Charmy are two characters you might want to summon for as well. There is the season, I think that's pretty much it actually. Who else is there worth summoning for? Fauna. Where is Fauna? I can't really see her. She's a sense type. Where is Fauna? There, Fauna Hateful is also worth summoning for as well. So and then we are gonna catch up with KR and JP in the future as well. So hey, if I was to recommend something, I would say don't summon. However, if you really like Asta, you really want to get this character, then absolutely go for him. No one should deter you from taking or summoning for the character you want. But just know you want to get a skill page. Like you want to get a skill page, and you want to get dupes, a lot of dupes for Asta as well. So work your ways towards that, guys. Yeah, and my next video we're going over why you might want to get Asta, because yeah, he's actually pretty good. He counters the units with like a lot of barriers, especially if you have Witch Queen. This Asta will definitely benefit a lot of whales, because Asta is going to counter a lot of a lot of barrier teams, which will become essential. Like that's essentially what's the meta right now, barriers with Raiders and Noel. So Asta can counter that, especially when he has the Witch Queen, you know. And obviously if you're Will, you can get Witch Queen max, you can get Asta max with a skill page. Essentially, once you have Asta, your attacking team for PvP is good. Literally, your attacking team is good. Solid PvP team once you have Asta. And I will make a separate video on that. It's been your boy AC Gamer. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'm out.